How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I'm going to give you a warning in advance. This is going to be kind of like a rant video, kind of like something where I'm just going to talk about something that's been bothering me, and I know a lot of people, probably you guys as well, for quite a little while, and it's kind of just getting worse at the moment, and there's a good reason why, and it's kind of like, what do we do? So it's a good thing and it's a bad thing, but the better the good thing happens, then the worse the bad thing is. Now basically, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the current situation with the servers in RuneScape 3. Now, I'm sure a lot of you probably just went, yep, I know what you mean, because the last few days especially, it's been even worse. So around peak times, there's not a single world that has less than 300 players on it, and you guys might be thinking, so that's not even that bad. 300 players, that's not much. But if you do high level PVM, you know that if you are doing PVM, you want a world in your region that has less than 300 players. So we're going to be talking about that today. We're going to talk about the things that's happening, why I think it's getting worse, things that really could do with improving, maybe talk about things that might help, and also, you know, just basically talk about the issue itself. So again, just a heads up, you can probably minimize the video, get back to your game, get back to your skilling or your bossing or whatever, and just listen to this in the background. And to be honest, the footage that I'm showing you is probably just going to be some PVM or something like that that's probably highly irrelevant. So just have a good listen. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like on it, make sure to subscribe if you're new, and let's jump into this topic, because it's probably going to be not a long one, but a decent sized one. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, where do we begin? So I think a good place to start would basically be to just talk about what's actually happening, what the issue is, and then from there on we'll branch out and talk about all the other stuff to do with it as well. So basically, the servers on RuneScape 3 they're not the best. To be honest, they're really just not. They can really not support more than 300 people. It seems like that's the sort of point where if you're in a world with 300 or more people, then the delay really kicks in. Now, a lot of people will say check your internet provider, check that it's not your end, and yes, do check those first, but this is an issue that a lot of people get. It's definitely not just me on my end, and it's definitely something that people mention to me a whole lot. I've had people request me to do this video. I've already had it in the back of my head as well, so I figured, you know what, you guys are asking for it, I'll make it now, we'll bring it out and we'll talk about it. And then especially at the moment with the way things are going, it's definitely something that's worth talking about. So yeah, basically, if you are on a world that's over 300 people, you only really notice it if you're trying to PVM, but things are very delayed. Now, it may not seem like a massive deal sometimes if it's only like a second, but that 1 second can really sort of screw you over in some situations. If you're trying to time something perfect at Telos, or at Raksha even is a really good example, you may want to click it out just as the spin's about to happen, and just as you like click away, if it's a second delayed, you may have screwed that up. That may be completely out of time, you may be dead. It really is a big issue, because say if you were streaking Telos and you got to like 80 to 100 streaks, right? And then you logged on the evening and you didn't notice that all the worlds were full. You just logged into your quick favorite world. You started your streak, you started the kill. At this point, you're committed. You cannot turn back. You've started the fight. You can't teleport out. This is it. You have to get this kill. Otherwise, your streak is it's gone. But because of the delay, say you got to phase 4 and he's about to so much power you, maybe that wouldn't happen if you were, you know, streaking 80 to 100 kills, but for me, say they're about to so much power you. If he does that and you mistime a res or a disruption shield or something like that, this can really mess it up, and it kind of puts you off being able to play when you notice that that ping is like that. It's really, really kind of stressful. But other than PVM, does it really affect anybody else in the game? Not really. It can be kind of annoying to notice that when you're clicking around that there's not really much to do. But usually people will go from doing PVM to just doing some skilling or doing anything else in the game, some achievements and stuff while this is happening. But it's just kind of frustrating to have to work around how many people are online. Now that is the next thing. This is the good thing. This is the thing that is good, but the better it gets, the worse the other problem gets. So basically, at the moment, RuneScape 3 is getting a really good amount of players coming and playing it. A lot of people are leaving old school RuneScape to come and play RuneScape 3. A lot of people are just trying out RuneScape 3 while they're still playing old school. And a lot of people like, we know that a friend and we know that Sick Nerd and stuff have all started streaming RuneScape 3 as well. And that's brought so many players over as well. It's absolutely awesome. And honestly, everybody is absolutely happy to see our player count go up. Like, it's brilliant. Seeing our player count go up and having peak days and stuff is literally something that everyone has spoken about in ages, saying, you know, it might happen one day. It'd be nice if it did. It'd be good to see these worlds going again. I've said it plenty of times in the past. It'd be absolutely awesome to see that player count rise. But the only issue is, as that happens, this server issue just happens more and more and more. And of course, at the moment now, I think the other day we may have had like a peak day. Like the peak numbers on there were absolutely crazy. I'm really not sure if it was like a record for like a certain amount of time or something, but it was really high. I logged in and I noticed straight away that the worlds were all lagging, so I checked the world list, because I don't normally have a look when I'm logging in. I just click my favorite world, jump in and get going. But as soon as I went to Raksha, I died because of the delay on the spin and stuff. And then I looked at the world list to change world, and every single world in either EU or the UK or anywhere around that area, it literally was over 300 people. I don't think there was a single world that was less than like 350, 320 or something like that. Now, that's not that many, but the fact that having 300 people on your world causes a delay across the whole server is, well, it's just very stressful. Basically, it meant that that evening I would either just be doing some skilling, doing some other stuff, or just not playing. So I decided to go out and level up my gear to do perks and stuff. So it did end up being okay. Like, I could do that stuff. It's safe and the death's there and all that sort of thing. And I can work on videos and all that sort of stuff. But I had plenty of people in my clan who couldn't play, who basically were just stood around bank standing, waiting for the players to die down as it got towards like late at night. But this isn't even the biggest issue. The biggest issue is all these players that are coming and trying out RuneScape 3 and loving it and staying and coming back. That is absolutely awesome. The only problem is, what do you think is going to happen if all these RuneScape 3 new players do turn up, do try the game out, and then when they realize that, hell, the servers are so unstable, we literally cannot play properly, it's affecting our PVM, we have like massive delay even though my ping is like 12 and there's literally no issue with my internet. What the hell's going on? I can't play with my friends because of this time zone and everything is just absolutely delayed. Now you guys might think, Init, shut up, get over it. You just need to get over it. Yes, I may be ranting a bit much and I may even be being like a little bit dramatic. The only thing is, I really want RuneScape 3 to do well. I want it to succeed. I want to see RuneScape 3, dare I say it, have a bigger player count than old school RuneScape. And I think it will. I genuinely think in a couple of years, maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe even 3, I think RuneScape 3 will have a bigger player count than old school RuneScape. The reason being is old school seems to not be able to release content that they really should be releasing. They can't agree on stuff and content isn't going through. Everyone's getting bored, they're moving to RuneScape 3, right? But at the same time, that's not what we're talking about today. So if all these people are coming over, absolutely awesome. The only problem is all the people that have been here already, the people who are already doing all the bossing, can no longer do their bossing. They can't go out and do PVM whenever they want. They have to be careful. They have to check the player counts. They have to time everything and make sure that they can do things when it's safe to do so. Not only that, having more players on the worlds also causes more disconnects. People are disconnecting more, which is even worse than just having a bit of delay. Okay, so that's the issue, and that is the good thing that is leading into a bigger issue. That's what we've talked about with that so far. What could be done? Well, honestly, I don't know anything about servers. I really don't. I don't know anything about how servers work. I don't know anything about what they would have to do if they wanted to improve the servers. I don't know how to improve a server. I really don't know. I'm not going to act like I do, but to me, there must be a way that they can improve the servers, whether that's putting money into buying better ones or however it works. There needs to be a way to do it. Surely to hell, even if they have to take the game down for a day while they migrate everything over. I don't know if that's again how it would work. You guys, if there's anyone who knows, let me know in the comments. Tell me that I'm completely wrong. If I am completely wrong, let me know. I would love to know, because 1, that'll put my mind at ease, and 2, I can then let people know as well, and they can just sort of think, okay, well, that's fair enough. I am always very, very like open to accepting the any issues and stuff that's hard to do. Like if Jagex, like with this login thing, they've done as much as they can. They did really well with it. Their communication to begin with was spot on. It did sort of slow down towards the end, and then some issues popped up and they weren't addressed, but they still did a really good job. They got people back in, they sorted it out, and now they're sorting out the new issues as well, and they've addressed those now too. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, it'd be really nice if we could see some sort of improvement on these servers. The only reason is, if all these new players come, try out the game, and then think, I can't play it, the servers are crap, it doesn't support the game properly, I'm leaving, then one, we've missed out on so many new players to our game. Finding groups at the moment into certain sort of content in the game is really, really difficult to do. Having more players would only just make that better, and of course, it's an MMO. We all want as many players as possible, right? And then, secondly, we all want to be able to play whenever we want to be able to play, and we don't want to have to worry about disconnects, about lag, about delay, when it's literally nothing on our side, it's all on the servers. So what I'd like to see is some sort of improvement somehow in the servers. Guys, how would that happen? If you know, if you're someone who knows about servers, get in the comments, let me know what you think. But yeah, that's kind of like most of what I wanted to get off my chest, in all honesty. Again, this video probably had no direction to it. You guys are probably sat there thinking like, this guy has been ranting for so long, but honestly, I think someone needed to say it. Someone needed to say it. I know that a few people already have, but it needed to be said. It needs to have sort of more light on it, because RuneScape 3 is growing. It really is. I think RuneScape 3 is going to get more players and more players. The MTX and stuff, I hope that doesn't get more, but it doesn't seem to be stopping people from joining this game. I made a video recently talking about pay to win in RuneScape 3. I don't think it really affects RuneScape 3 much. You can definitely pay to get a maxed account, but it doesn't affect other players enough to really bother anyone else. So definitely that doesn't even keep people away. The thing that's probably stopping people is things like early game, learning the combat and stuff like that. I know is a huge one for new players not staying, but then also people who just can't play properly. Like if you can't play for a week straight, you're probably just going to be like, screw it, I'm going to find another game. And in that week that you found another game, you're not going to bother coming back for a long time at least, because you've found something else that's fun. You've gone and played a new MMO, you've got sucked into that. I don't know. We're going to end the video here, because there's so much I could say. It could go on for ages and ages, but I don't want to drag it on. I don't want this. I didn't really want this to be negative, and I think it may be getting that way a little bit now. But basically, the whole point was just to bring to light the fact that if there's 300 people on the world, you just can't play on that world. And sometimes the way it's been lately is every world's the same. But hopefully we can get that sorted. Guys, let me know in the comments, what did you think? Did you agree with any of the points I've made? Is there other stuff that I've missed that could be worth mentioning? If so, mention it in the comments. If there's anything absolutely awesome, of course, I will pin it to the top. If there's any really good points, I will pin it to the top. Get involved, get in the discussion, let's get something going. Let's just talk about it, and let's see if we can even figure out what the hell would actually have to happen. Not that that would change anything. My little 5k sub channel isn't going to change anything, but it'd be nice to sort of get the discussion going, just get some more knowledge about it and see what's happening. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, obviously this was very different to normal. I've just basically ranted for 10 minutes straight. If you enjoyed though, then make sure to leave a like on it. I really don't expect this video to do well in the term of views, but for the people who have heard it, I hope you enjoyed. And if you did and you are new to the channel, do subscribe, because there probably won't be much more that's very similar to this, to be honest. I hope not, but there's a lot of RuneScape 3 content you will probably enjoy on this channel, and I will see you all guys in the next one. See you later guys, bye. I just wanted to say a huge thank you to my current channel members. We have Maka, Sam, GriffoTubes and Andy V. Thank you all so much for your extra support. I really do appreciate it. And if anyone else is interested in the perks that these guys do get for being a channel member, then click the join button, buy that subscribe button, and have a look and see what you can get for yourselves. Again, thank you all guys so much.